All right. Thank you guys for joining my training. We'll go ahead and get started. There's a few more joining us. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Haley Watkins. I am a goal consultant, travel coordinator, mentor, trainer with Team Freedom. I've been with the company for almost a year. Actually, next month will be my year. This is live and it is being recorded. I do put all my trainings up on my YouTube. So you can find access to this if you want to rewatch it on my YouTube, which it's right here is my link. And you can also find all my other trainings. So today I'm going to go over stress-free tips with your training. So let's get started. Someone needs admitted. All right. So first thing, take a breath. Take a deep breath. All the trainings do not have to be completed at once. There is no deadline for these. The trainings are ongoing. There is constantly new trainings being done, live trainings, recorded trainings being put up in the community. Your mentors have them, stuff like that. So just relax, and it's easy to get overwhelmed with all that there is to offer. So, all right. And just to repeat real quick, for those of you that just joined, I've had a few just join. This is live and recorded. And we are going over training tips, stressful training tips. So I have just gone over how you just need to take a deep breath and take it one training at a time because it does not have to be completed all at once. So set your own pace. So you want to pick a number of trainings to do a week or, a day or whatever you want to set it as. This amount needs to be an amount that doesn't overwhelm you, but makes you feel accomplished because you do want to celebrate, your guys' accomplishments and things you guys do get done. Start with trainings that interest you or that are in your niche. A lot of people have little niches that's their main concentration. Some people book everything. My niches, I do honeymoons, camping trips, and then family trips. Those are my three niches, the main three that I focus on when I'm doing my mock bookings, when I'm promoting myself. I do cruises and other things, but those are my three things that are my favorite things to book. So those are the things I kind of dive in more. If you find trainings that interest you, you will pick up a lot more than watching something that is or listening to something that's boring and you're just not keeping your interest. So, and it's good to find trainers that you guys like. Find the trainers you guys like to listen to and watch and follow their YouTube. That's another suggestion that I just thought of and I didn't put in here. So there's so many trainings. We got cruise trainings, destinations, transport, cabin and vacation homes, suppliers and vendors. Those go over anything from how to register, how to book, walkthrough, and tips. There's marketing training, certification, cruises, and then hotels and resorts. And those are just a few. There's also trainings on affiliate links. There's trainings on instant commission. There's trainings on just about everything that you can think of that you need to run this business. There's even some that are from beginning to end of a booking. Yeah, so you can have some popcorn. Sorry. My girls want a snack. Not one of them. All right. So since there is a wide range, that's kind of why people will kind of get stressed out and not know where to do and they get overwhelmed. And when people get overwhelmed, that's tend to when you give up. So like I said, just take a deep breath and take it one training at a time. So how I keep up with my training is I built a training tracking sheet. This is what mine looks like. I'm going to kind of go over and throw one together for you guys too. And I can put the link in the chat for you guys and you can use it by making a copy or you guys can build your own. So it's up to you. So I've got the name of where where the trainings are at, if it's what supplier it is, and then I put the training name and then I'll put the last video watched, or if it's a section of videos, I'll put that section's name. So if you're in Team Sail Away Community, this is what the one for it looks like. So I've got basically all the ones that I can register with. And then if it's blue, that means I finished it. So that's how I know that, oh, I'm done with this this training. I don't need to go into it again. And then, like I said, I'll put the last section or last video watched. So that's kind of my little track. That's how I keep up with all my trainings that I did, all the trainings I want to do. So because I'll have I have the Viator training, you know, some cruise trainings that I want to do. Vax, I just did there, and sandals. So I add them as I go. If I decide, oh, I really don't want to work with that vendor, which that hasn't happened, but in case it does, then I'll just take them off and put someone else in their place. And then as I register vendors, I also put them on here if they have trainings as well. Yes, I'll put the link as soon as we build it. All right. So let's build one real quick. So this is Google Sheets. I use Google Sheets for everything, just about, or Docs. And it's kind of like Excel if you're not familiar with it. And all you need is a Google email. It's free. And you can have as many as you want and all that. So what I do is I just went through here and kind of made myself little boxes. So I'll merge them and then color them. I'll change the size. I'm just going to do a quick one and you guys can add to it, okay? Go to 20. And this is how you guys make the little boxes. So you can design it how you want. You can fill in the background, whatever you want to do. To make it kind of, you know, not so plain. And it keeps all the trainings, you know, kind of more organized, and I can see what's what, and they don't kind of like bleed together for me. You guys do not have to do this. All right. And would you please make sure that you guys are muted until the question portion? Once we do the questions, you guys can go ahead and unmute, but during it, it kind of brings in the back noise and stuff, okay? So let's do Princess. I know they have one. And then we'll do Vax, because I know they have one too. Oh, that's color. Wrong one. There we go. We'll do Vax. Let's actually insert a row. And this is how you insert a column. And then right here would be name of the training. We'll just put name. And then last video / section watched. And this is useful for anytime you want to use Sheets. I use Sheets for invoices, my quotes, everything. And I actually have a video on that too, already on my YouTube. I like to change the fonts, you know, make it kind of unique and pretty and whatnot. Make it bigger. And then I want this zoom bar gets in the way of everything. Center them. Oops. Go back. I just want that period out. And like I said, make it your own. This is your business. You guys know what you like. You might not like dark colors. You might want it prettier. You might like black, but that's how I do it. That's how I started mine. I started out with the vendors that I had access to. I went into their site and looked to see if they had trainings and stuff like that. So if you do want to use this one and you don't want to create your own, you guys, I will put the link up, and what you'll do is, it's not showing me it. Hold on. Probably because I'm in the, there it is. Okay. So you'll go over here. Wrong spot. Sorry, guys. Okay. You'll go over here to file and make a copy of it. And then that copy, you guys will be able to edit and stuff like that and make it your own. Because if you edit this one, then it'll be editing the one that everybody has. So please, please, please make a copy of it. And I will put that in the link now. I just got to fix it for a minute. Okay. Grant everybody access. Copy link. Yes. I will put my YouTube in the chat too. I think this is the correct link. Oops. Didn't, it's not like a link, but that should get you to it. I can check it real quick. Yep, just copy and paste that, takes it right to you. And there's all my trainings. Anything with this cover is a training. So most of my videos are trainings, because most of my mock bookings and stuff I do in shorts. But anyways, so this is easy way to track your training and stuff. I did put that link in there for you guys. Just like I said, please make a copy. I'm actually gonna write that on here. Copy. You can change the color of the font and all that. Just get in here and mess around. It's really easy. All right. So that's how you build a tracking sheet. And then, all right, so let's go over setting training goals. Now, this is a great way for you guys not to get overwhelmed with the trainings and stuff. So, you know, set goals for, you know, what vendors do you want to register and start getting into and watching trainings for? Types of trainings do you want to do? Marketing. They've got Canva trainings. They've got, I mean, everything. Number of trainings you want to do for that day or that week, you know, whatever you want to set your goals as. And then what certifications are you guys wanting to do? Certifications are a good way to show that you're knowledgeable about that location, like sandals. Like, who's gonna, if you had a travel agent that you're booking with and you had one that was certified specialist with sandals or one that wasn't certified with sandals, which one would you guys choose? I would go with the certified one personally, because they're more knowledgeable. They took the courses, they took the time to get to know that get to know Sandals Resorts. Not saying that the other travel agent, you know, they might have dabbled in sandals, they might be an expert in sandals, but since they don't have that certification, you know, it doesn't, no one knows that they have that training or that knowledge. All right. Training goals. So this is another link I will put in for you guys if you want to use this. I already got it. Awesome. It's in the chat real quick. It's a long one, but all right. So here's this one. This is training goals. So this is my copy. This is what I based all my goals setting on. So I've got my layout and I do my short-term goals and my long-term goals. And I'm going to not go too far into this, but I do have next week, I think Tuesday, I do have a goal setting training coming up. So you guys can find that on my YouTube, or it will be, you can ask your mentors for the flyer and information on it. So my short-term goals are either daily or weekly, and then my long-term are either a month or 6 months. Sometimes I'll do a little of all four of them. So examples, and you guys can use these, or you can just kind of copy the layout and use it yourself, or just, you know, use it for reference to go look back on. If you're gonna mess with it, edit it, again, I ask to please make a copy. But so, you know, for daily or weekly, one marketing training, register with one vendor, one certification training, one niche or interest booking. That's just me. I like fours. I like even numbers. So that would be, that was my weekly goal when I first started. And then my monthly goal would be, you know, 4 marketing trainings, register 4 vendors, 4 certifications, and 4 niche or interest bookings. So you can set certain trainings, you know, let's do a training booking to end Tuesday, or let's do a training as well on Canva for Thursday. You know, you guys can do that too. You can get more specific with it as well if you want. Me, I'm more on the wind because I got 5 kids and I got 2 other jobs. So I'm pretty busy, and one of those is another business on my own. So I just do it when I can. I kind of set a goal. Okay, I want this many trainings done this week, and then I am a very multitasker. So I will not be able to pay attention if I'm just sitting here watching the video by, you know, just doing that and not doing anything else. So I will like make you know, marketing material while I'm doing my trainings, or while I'm doing the dishes, while I'm driving in the car, stuff like that. I'll do my trainings. I'll have my phone or my notebook by me and I'll take notes. So that's kind of how I do my trainings. You just need to find out what works best for you, what keeps you not overwhelmed, what makes you feel accomplished, you feel like you're getting stuff done. You know, it's all set on you and your schedule as well, you know, because a lot of people have different schedules like I do that come into play. So let's go over a few tips. This thing is always in the way. All right. So recorded trainings can be paused, started, and stopped at any time. So if it is a long training, my square training ended up being like an hour and 15 minutes. Didn't even mean for it to be that long, but it is a long one. And that can be overwhelming. You're like, God, I gotta listen to it for an hour. You can stop and pause them at any time and go back to them. If you're in the solo weight community, they even it will even keep up with it, keep track of it for you, where you're at in your videos and all that stuff. So that's a really nice thing that we have. Trainings are ongoing. There, like I said, there's constantly new trainings being recorded, live trainings being going on different people's Zoom, you know, different trainers' Zooms. There's just about, I think, trainings daily, live trainings daily, and a lot of those do get recorded and put up on the trainings. So like I said before, find a trainer you guys like listening to and learning from, and you know, things that keep your interest you'll learn more from. Set goals and reward progress. So don't just set those goals. When you meet those goals, do something for yourself, you know, take a time out, you know, take a day off, you know, treat yourself to the lake day or a river day if you're like me and love the river, or you know, go treat yourself to ice cream, you know, do something to reward yourself for that progress, or even if it's just simply as a pat on the back. You know, you want to reward the progress, because if you just get stuck on your goals and you don't see the progress you're making, you're going to get overwhelmed and you're going to feel like you're not doing anything, you're not making any progress. So little progress is progress. You do not have to do all the trainings that are offered. Do the trainings that interest you and that deal with your business. But also keep in mind that a lot of the stuff that I've learned, like I'm not a big cruise booker yet, but I've learned so much from watching the cruising trainings that I can apply to my other business. Like not my other business, but my other parts of my business, like hotels and marketing and just different stuff like that. Take notes. Always take notes. I have a notebook that I take notes on all my trainings, and I can go back and I can reference it. Always get the trainer's name if you really enjoyed it or you want to go back, because like I said, you can go to their YouTube, get on there and rewatch it. That's another great thing is, you know, these recorded, with the recorded, you can always go back and rewatch them. And then take a break. Don't want, if you watch trainings every day throughout the week like I do on my free time, I don't watch them on the weekend. The weekend is my break from trainings. Or if I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to train anymore today, I'll give myself that break and I'll be like, okay, we'll get back on it tomorrow. You know, if you get bored with the training, go to another kind. You don't have to just finish all the trainings in the mock bookings and or you know, or the specialty trainings. You know, you can jump around, you know, do a marketing training, you know, this day, and then the next day or next time you're going to do a training, go do like a cruise training or a hotel training. You know, mix them up if you need to keep that interest, because like I said, the interest is what's going to keep you learning. If you get bored, you shut down and you're not going to learn anything. And it's, if you're forgetful like me, those notes are a great way to go back and look at what you're, you know, what you got. Because there's been a few times I was in a situation, I was like, okay, now I know I watched a training on this. I'm like, but I can't remember if it was this or this. So it allowed me to go back to my notebook and I can look it up and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And so I had it. All right, guys. So let's open up for questions. You guys can put them in the chats or you can unmute. It's up to you guys. Any questions or anything like that? Anything you want me to go back over? I know a few of you guys were late. This would be a good time to kind of ask what I went over first or anything like that if you need to. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. And this will be on my YouTube, guys. There's my YouTube information. Again, you guys that need it. You're welcome.
Haley, I just want to say thank you so much for these wonderful trainings, because I just love your presentation.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I spent a lot of time on Canva. So
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And then I also want to thank you because this is exactly what I needed a talk about today.
right. Yeah, I when I first started, I got overwhelmed, and that kind of what gave me the idea for this training. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. So those of you that still have questions or anything, you guys can stay on, and I'm just gonna stop the recording. Those of you that are watching the recording, thank you so much. And like I said, like and subscribe for all my trainings.